करिए एसएसबी में रिकमेंड होने के सपने को सच करने की तैयारी शील्ड डिफेंस एकेडमी के साथ। शील्ड डिफेंस एकेडमी में आपको एसएसबी बोर्ड से रिटायर्ड ऑफिसर्स द्वारा एसएसबी को क्वालिफाई करने की बेहतरीन ट्रेनिंग दी जाएगी। शील्ड डिफेंस एकेडमी ने पिछले कई सालों में एनडीए, सीडीएस, एफकैट एंड डायरेक्ट एसएसबी इंटरव्यू एग्जाम्स में सैकड़ों सिलेक्शंस के साथ कई टॉप रैंक्स भी दी है। अधिक जानकारी के लिए कॉल करें 9454551848 या 9519441948।
Okay, good morning, Janvi.
Good morning, sir.
Tell me something about yourself, about your parents, sibling, occupation, your education qualification, sports and games, hobbies, any co-curricular activities, and any other thing you want to let me know.
So, sir, talking about myself, this is Janvi Tripathi and I come from Lucknow. Lucknow is a place which is situated on the Gomti river and it has a very seasonal climate. We experience all weather climates in Lucknow, and it is famous for its chicken curry work and the food we get here and the mannerism that is Lucknow famous for. Then talking about more about myself, I have done my high school and my 12th from Rani Lakshmi Bai School, and I have scored 97.6 and 92.2% respectively in both the classes. I had taken physics, chemistry, maths as my core subjects and computer science as optional. I come from a joint family. My parents, my father's name is Mr. Rakesh Tripathi and mother's name is Mrs. Reema Tripathi. My father, we have a family business of printing press, and my father is involved in the same business. And I have a brother who's right now pursuing his BTech from a semi-government school in Ghaziabad. And then, sir, I have participated in various co-curricular activities in my schools, like I have played badminton at school level, and I have also done yoga, and I've been practicing yoga for 4 years now. And other than that, I have participated in each year in the annual school events. I have performed dance. We had also done a fusion of Kathak at Western songs in our 8th class. And I have also done comparing. I have participated in speech competitions in the school. I have also won a speech competition on women empowerment in 12th class, I remember. Then, sir, talking about other than that co-curricular activities, I have also played badminton for a while, and right now I am just pursuing after my 12th. I have taken a drop year and I was preparing for my NDA written exam. After my 12th, I had given my JEE exam and I scored 65.78 percentile in it, and after that I gave the NDA April written paper and was unable to qualify the written exam. So I prepared for the NDA paper, and then in September attempt I qualified it, and right now I was preparing for my SSB. That's it, sir.
Okay, Janvi, that was quite elaborate. Now tell me, you told that you live in a joint family.
Yes, sir.
Who are there in your family?
So there are a total of 13 members, and like my uncle, I have 2 uncles who are senior to my father, and 2 aunties, and there are a total of 6 elder members, and we are 7 siblings in total. But my elder sister, she is married and she lives in Hyderabad right now, and my brother, elder brother, he is also married. And other than that, my 2 more cousins, sisters, they are one is right now in Dehradun, she's doing her internship in hotel management, and one is in Hyderabad, she's working for an MNC. And my brother right now also is in Ghaziabad, he is pursuing his BTech, and my sister, she lives with me here, she's pursuing her mass communication from a college here in Lucknow.
So all your uncles are involved in the same business?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Since nowadays in a joint family, what do you feel? There is a lot of tussle in between because of mismatch of ideas. How do you handle that?
Sir, personally also I feel that joint families, because when so many members are living together, it is very normal to happen. But we as siblings have never let that affect us, because that is a communication that happens between our parents and the elder people. but we do not let us affect the respect that we have towards them, because that is something we should not take personally. And we have a very good bonding between us as cousins, and we respect our parents and our uncle, aunties. So that is something we try and maintain, because yes, living in a joint family has that drawback, but I have personally taken it as an atmosphere where I have learnt a lot. And living in a family where you can learn that how to handle the conflicts, how to not let it affect you, that has helped me grow as a person.
So what kind of family you are looking like once you get married? You are looking like you will want to go to the joint family, independent family?
Sir, I believe, sir, both the families have their pros and cons. Living in a joint family gives you a lot of support whenever there is any problem, and living in a neutral family, you need to be more independent on your own. And I am not really looking for a joint family in particular, for a nuclear family in particular. Whatever family there will be, I'll adjust in that manner.
Say, supposing your mother has a fight with some argument with your aunt, how you are going to handle your mother?
Sir, I have experienced that personally as well, and I try to calm down the situation first. Then I try to understand my mother's point of view, as well as I try to give her my aunt's point of view as well. What could have been the misunderstandings, and I try to make her understand that these things are normal when you live in a joint family. These conflicts are bound to happen, but there is a way of communication of thoughts and respecting a difference in opinions. So that is how I try to make her understand.
What motivates you to join armed forces?
Sir, since my childhood, I was very passionate towards the sky, and I think joining the Indian Air Force will give me that first step to enter the sky and fly. So that has been a very passionate thing for me, and that has motivated me to join the armed forces. Other than that, sir, the life that we live in armed forces, I don't think that I can get that life anywhere else, because it transforms a person entirely. When we see a person who is in armed forces, he's a totally different persona, and that captivates me, and I want to be that aura myself as well.
If that was the case, then why did you join NCC?
Yes, sir.
Why did you join NCC?
Sir, I was in all-girls school first thing, and I'll say I was not aware about NCC as well. And the passion of armed forces has come after, when I was in 12th, after that time period. Before that, I have always wanted, my inclination has been always towards space exploration. And in my 11th also, I was preparing for my JE. In my 12th appearing, I did not give my NDA because there was no direction towards NDA. But when I filled my relative filled my NDA paper, and then I got to know about the academy itself in very detail. And from there, I think after 12, that inclination has been so strong that I have also taken a drop year for its preparation only. So that's why I was unable to join the NCC.
Okay. Describe Janvi in 3 words.
Sir, I am very clear-headed. I am motivating for others, and sir, I have strong mental stamina.
Then how do you handle your stress? Tell me, how do you handle stress and some of your weaknesses?
Sir, I am a very self-aware person, so I try to rectify my weaknesses and work on them. And I reflect upon my thoughts and actions a lot. I spent a lot, I won't say a lot, but I try to give time on the terrace. I walk by myself, I observe myself, and then I have, as I told, I live in a joint family. I have my siblings, I have my elder brother and sister whom I try and discuss whatever problems I have. So that helps me to come in a mindset where I can just look towards solutions and not just focus on the problem. So that's how I manage my weaknesses, sir.
Okay. Then how do you handle criticism or feedback in a joint family? Normally it happens like backbiting or that kind of thing. How do you handle that?
Yes, sir. Sir, talking about that, when that used to affect me earlier, but as I said, I am very inclined towards yoga and meditation. So from there, I have a mindset that the outer atmosphere should not affect your inner being. So that has helped me a lot not just in the family, in my school also, if anybody says any bad things about me, then it does not affect me. Yeah, if anybody is criticizing me and that is a valid criticism, I try to take it positively and work towards it. But if they are just talking anything about me which is not even true, then I just ignore it and work on myself.
Okay, Janvi, how do you manage your time? Tell me about your daily routine and what you do in the weekends.
So, talking about my routine, I keep on changing according to the requirement, but broadly my routine covers, so in the morning I try to wake up by 6, and the first thing after freshening up, I have a warm glass of water, and then I have some bananas, and then I go for doing yoga first. I try to do a flexibility flow of 30 minutes, and then I meditate for a while. Then I go out for a walk. I also love walking, sir, so I go out for a walk. Then I come back, I sit with my parents, I talk with them for a while, and then, sir, I try to read books. I am very fond of reading books as well, so I try to read some informative book. I mainly read non-fictional, and then I give time to some my studies. I am working on my general awareness in this period, so I'm reading a book, Perspectives on Current Affairs, so I give time to that. And the other physics, chemistry, math subjects I also try to take up, because I have to appear for the JEE as well in next year. So after that, sir, after studying for a while, then I again manage my time. I have my siblings, we play many group games together. We play carom, or we will watch TV together. We'll just spend time sitting and talking to each other. Then I go and walk on my terrace for a while. As I mentioned, I like to spend some time with myself, so I go there, and then I come back. I'll just listen to music and dance for a while. I enjoy doing Kathak, so I try to learn some choreographies of that as well. And after that, sir, I have my dinner, and after that I go out for a walk with my father. He and I usually go out for a walk after dinner. We walk for a while, then I come back at the bed, and then I again give some time to reading a book. Right now I was reading Karma by Sadhguru. So reading book in the night also helps me have a very calm and deep sleep. Then I sleep, sir.
What about holidays and weekends?
So holidays and weekends, sir, I have two of my brother and sisters who are same age. So for holidays we usually plan going out somewhere, and it could be a park or anything. We play badminton together, and with my sister-in-law and my brother, who's elder to me, we also go out to her house. She also has a joint family, so we meet other people there and we play many things together. And other than that, so on holidays, I am not a very I haven't got the chance to go out a lot, even in Lucknow, so I try to go to places. Recently I went to Bada Imam Bada. So those are the things that I try to do on holidays.
Okay, what Janvi does at free time? Supposing you have say 2 hours free, what you prefer to do at that time?
So if I have free time, I like to watch some of very informative videos. I like to watch Sadhguru a lot. I am fond of watching, so I was watching recently Our Planet, which it was really telling about the marine life underwater. So I am very fond of that. I like to spend my time in nature in free time as well. I love doing that. So just sitting and observing what is happening around you. So those are the things that I enjoy doing in free time.
I've seen that you're too much involved in Sadhguru kind of thing.
Yes, sir.
Why at this age do you feel you should get involved in this religious and spiritual books and thoughts like this?
Yes, sir, that is a thought which is prevalent around me as well, that at this age I do it. But I feel, sir, people they have misunderstood the meaning of spiritualism. It is not just about devoting yourself to God or anything. Spiritualism for me is more like inner journey, an exploration of yourself. And when you know yourself better, you will be able to do the things outside in a more efficient manner. Like doing meditation and being involved in these things have given me such a clarity in my mindset that I was a little nervous in taking a drop year after my 12th for just the preparation of armed forces. But the clarity that I have now, that okay, I want to do it, and why not give an year to its preparation. So I think that helps me to be in a very clear mindset. So that is spiritualism for me, exploring myself, sir.
Don't you feel like spiritualism is going to affect your armed forces life?
I think so, it is going to help me a lot there, because when you are spiritualistic, you have a very calm mindset. In armed forces, we need that calmness in ourselves. It helps us in making the best decisions that we can. Best decisions are made when you have a calm mindset and not in aggression, or when you are not very intuitive about things. But when you are just calm, you can best analyze the problem and give it solution. So I think it will help me, sir.
So why Sadhguru? There are many other gurus also.
Yes, sir.
Why do you require a guide for that?
Sir, I think that the information that we have been fed from our very childhood, through our society, through our parents, that has conditioned us in a very, I will say, limited manner. But Sadhguru, there's also one person, Sandeep Maheshwari, there's also a spiritual leader, B.K. Shivani. I hear to all of them, and because these people have explored their minds a lot, and they have that wider vision of life. So that gives me new information. A guide, basically a guide is to give you a certain direction, and I find that right direction from them, so I listen to them, sir.
Okay, tell me something about do you have friends?
Yes, I do have friends.
Okay, tell me something about them.
Sir, I'd like to name a few first. I have Sakshi, who is my childhood friend. Anjali and I met in 6th class, and I have a senior, my friend Rahul Bhaiya. So talking about Sakshi, sir, she and I are friends from kindergarten, and she is the most humorous and cheerful person to be with, and she is very hardworking, sir. She was preparing for her 12th as well as for her JEE in being in 12th, and she was working very hard. So she's a very hardworking girl. She knows her family situations and she likes to come out of them. So I think Sir Sakshi for me has been a very inspirational person. Talking about Anjali, sir, she is the most innocent person I have been with. She has this childlike quality, and she can keep the environment lightly all time. So Anjali has been a great person to be with. Then talking about Rahul Bhaiya, sir, I know him through my brother. He is a classmate of my brother, and he is a very mature person and a very sensible person. He has guided me academically at times, also personally, sir. Whenever I have any problem, I can talk to him. He is a very mature person in that sense. So that was about my close friends, sir.
Okay, what are the qualities you are looking in a friend, for making a friend?
Sir, I first take my time and observe people in making friends. I don't rush in making friends. And sir, the qualities that I look for is that they are real. First thing is, they don't have that fakeness or pretense in them. I find if a person is real with me, so I can be friends with them. Other than that, sir, they should thoughts, I think they should somewhere, I should get a good vibe from them. If I don't get a good vibe from people, I keep my distance from them. So good vibes are very important for me. And other than that, I think, sir, each person has its own flaws and strengths. So there is no such particular quality that I look for, but being real is very important for me.
Okay, from your PIQ, I'm seeing that there is a decline in your percentage from 10 to 12th. 10th you got 97%, in 12th 92%.
Yes.
Why? Any particular reason?
So I think in my 12th I had physics and maths were the subjects that I really enjoy reading to and understanding to. But in my 12th I think that somewhere I lagged in the practice of maths. I did understood the concept, but I did not devote as much time which was required to the practice of maths. So I think, sir, that was somewhere the reason why my scores declined.
Okay, now tell me, how do you perceive the role of women in armed forces?
Sir, I think women have a lot of mental strength and they have a lot of tolerance. So that is something which is going to help women flourish in the armed forces, because if we look at women in our family also, so the tolerance level that they have is not, it cannot be compared to men. They have a lot of tolerance level, and that is something which will help them. Even if they are not at physical comparisons with men, but if they have that tolerance level, they believe that they can do it, and they certainly do it. So other than that, sir, women also set inspiration for other people, and in our country India, women were there was a backwardness in India. So if women flourish in armed forces, a place which is considered to be highly male dominated, so that is going to influence the other people in our country, and then they can believe if women can join armed forces, then they can do anything they want. So I think, sir, they play a major role in armed forces.
Like you said, now the women working in the forces where it's a male dominating. What do you feel? What are challenges you suppose you get selected? What are the challenges you're going to face once you join armed forces?
So as I mentioned that biologically women and men are built different, and they have different levels of physical strength. So I think physical strength is going to be a challenge, but again, as I mentioned, if you have the mental courage, then you will be able to overcome that as well. So I think, sir, that will be a challenge, and I don't believe, sir, mingling up with our male candidates will be a challenge for me, because I am open to human beings. I am open to talking to human beings. I take male and female equally in terms of interacting with them. So, sir, that is not going to be a challenge. Sir, only that one is the challenge, I think.
Then how do you plan to contribute towards armed forces once you get selected?
Sir, I have opted for flying branch in the Indian Air Force, and sir, I have very keen inclination towards space exploration. So, sir, as Rakesh Sharma, he was a fighter pilot, and he got the opportunity to train in Russia and go on a manned space mission. So, I think, sir, that is somewhere my field of interest in the armed forces, and I think, sir, if I can contribute in that, we will have a very higher technology in our own country when we understand the outer space. So that is, sir, what I'm looking to contributing towards the armed forces.
Okay. Now tell me, do you have any defense background or something like that?
No, sir.
What do you know about Air Force? Since you want to join Air Force, tell me something about Air Force.
Sir, Air Force, as it was priorly known as the Royal Indian Air Force during the British era, it got its name the Indian Air Force in 1950. The motto of the Indian Air Force is "Touch the Sky with Glory," and right now the Air Chief Marshal is Vivek Ram Chaudhary, and sir, the Commander-in-Chief is our Honorable President Draupadi Murmu. And other than that, sir, I am aware about the rank structure and the commands. So if you want, then I can complete the rank structure.
That's okay, not required.
And so other than that, we have fighter pilots like fighter aircrafts like Tejas, Rafale, the mix series, and Tejas is the indigenously developed aircraft that we are right now developing in India. We have attack helicopters like Prachand, Apache. Then transport we have recently purchased.
What do you like to become, like a fighter pilot, transport pilot, or a helicopter pilot?
So I'd surely like to become a fighter pilot.
Fighter pilot, okay. Now tell me, like in Air Force, there are certain restrictions in the combat role.
Yes, sir.
Isn't it? Like recently, I think you will be aware that Army have started inducting women into a combat role. In Air Force, this is the first time like fighter pilots, we have started inducting women pilots now.
Yes, sir.
Do you think they are mentally fit to take on any tasks like fighter flying? The type of stress you go through while flying fighters, they are mentally and physically.
So as I mentioned that women have a lot of mental stamina, so I think they're mentally very well prepared for flying a fighter plane. And other than that, talking about the physical strength, so as I mentioned, we believe in building what we don't have. So if we have the mental courage that we can build that physical strength as well, we'll surely be able to build that, and we'll be fit for flying the fighter planes as well.
Okay. Now tell me, do you know how you know about the AI nowadays?
Sorry,
Artificial intelligence.
sir, I am not very well aware about it, but I know a little.
Okay, what
about it.
impact is going to do on the armed forces? Do we require that or don't we?
Sir, I think any new technology which is coming in the world, I think each country should develop it so that they don't lag behind. So artificial intelligence, if it is being on the globe, then India as a country should also adopt that technology. And I think, sir, it will provide a highly technological advancement to the country, and we should employ it. But on the same time, we should also be aware of the harmful effects or the disadvantages it has. And for that, on the global level, we are trying to keep it down to a level where it does not reach at the point of creating harm for the countries and for the world. So I think, yes, sir, India should employ AI in its armed forces, but also keeping in mind the harmful effects it can have.
Don't you feel like after some time, drone will take over fighter flying? Drones will be taking over as a fighters?
Sir, drones, they are a great help, but taking the work that a human can do, I don't think machines can do that very efficiently. So they are a great help, but I don't think they will take over the fighter planes.
Okay. Okay, how do you keep yourself aware about what's going on around us?
Sir, I read newspapers. I read the Indian Express on a daily basis, and other than that, sir, as I mentioned earlier, I am reading a book, Perspectives on Current Affairs 2023. So those are the sources through which I keep myself aware about what's going on in the world and in our country.
Nowadays, you might be saying that there is online education and dummy classes. What's your opinion about that? A lot of coaching is there, like Byju's are there, Physics Wala is there. More students are now attracting towards the online education and they are taking dummy classes. What do you feel? What's your opinion about that?
Sir, talking about online education, I think it is a great platform if you have good content available there, because it helps the students not waste their time, sir. Because if we go to coachings physically, the travel time will also affect our studies. So if we have the online coaching, we can go to our nearest libraries or sit in our home and study if the content is good. But sir, talking about dummy classes, I don't think we should encourage dummy classes, because then we are not going to our schools and we don't focus on our school work, and it's just like we are going to coaching but we are marking our attendance at the schools as well, and we are just going there for exams. So that takes the enjoyment of school life. So, sir, personally also, I was on crossroads when I was in 12th. I had to prepare for JEE as well as for my boards. But then I decided I will give my full time to my board preparation and my school. So, I think, sir, online education is good if the content is good, but I don't encourage dummy classes.
Okay, fine, that's good. Now tell me, Janvi is a mama girl or papa girl?
Sir, I will say I am close to both my parents.
Whom do you ask your pocket money? And how do you manage your money, expenditures?
Sir, talking about pocket money, I don't get it on a regular basis. There's no.
As and when required.
Yeah, it's when I require the money, I get it, and if I get it from relatives and people, I try to save my money and use when it's important, or use for stuff which is important for me.
How do you help your mother in the house?
Sir, I help my mother, like I am very familiar with doing dishes, and I know how to knead the dough, and I do that whenever she asks me to. I cut the vegetables for her, and other than that, sir, I help her in brooming. So that way I help her.
How are your relations with your brother?
Sir, me and my brother have very good relation, because he's just 2 years senior to me and 1 year academically senior to me. And he is not at all a typical brother. We have more like a friendship-like bond, and he has been a guide to me in my personal life as well as in academics. So I'll say we have a very good bond.
Do you have fights?
Sir, we have fights, but we forget about the fights in just 1 or 2 hours, and the fights are about very small issues.
Okay. Who gives you advice? Your brother, mother, or parent, or father? Or whom do you give your advice?
Sir, talking about who gives me advice, then sir, I personally go to my brother if I want to take any advice, and also my elder sister. I'm very close to her as well. So if I have any personal problem, I like to go to them, and I don't want to make my parents worry about it, so I don't go to them. And I go to them so when I feel like I need any advice about certain health issues or anything, then I go to my parents. Then talking about whom do I give advice, so my brother also takes advice from me, my parents take advice from me, and my friends, they come to me for advice. They consider me a very sensible person, and whenever they are feeling down or whenever they are feeling low, they come to me and I try to cheer them up and try to motivate them.
Okay, how do you keep yourself fit?
So I enjoy playing badminton. So I played with my cousin sister. We play it in the evening, and so as I mentioned, I enjoy doing yoga, and I love walking a lot. So those are the things. I also enjoy dancing. So whenever I feel like I'll put on music and dance for 30 minutes. So that is also a way to keep yourself fit. Those are the things that I do for physical fitness, sir.
Okay, during the past 2 days you had been in SSB. You had your psychology test at some part of your GTO.
Yes, sir.
Which part do you think you have screwed up?
So in psychology, I don't think there's any part that I have screwed up. I have given my level best in each performance, in each task, in each of the 4 tasks of psychology, and so I don't think I have screwed up in any task.
What if Janvi doesn't qualify for SSB?
So talking about the performance that I have given on that basis, I believe.
Supposing you are not recommended, fine.
So then I'll come for the next time. I have my NDA attempts left, and I will come next time and work on my weaknesses, analyze them, and then I'll be surely recommended.
Presently, what you are doing?
So presently, as I mentioned, I was after my 12th, I took a drop and I was preparing for the NDA written exam, and then I was preparing for my SSB, and I'll be also appearing for my JEE next year.
Okay, tell me something about your hobbies and co-curricular activities. How you are taking out time to indulge yourself in the hobby you like.
So I enjoy book reading a lot, and then I love
nature. Which was the latest book you read?
So the latest book I read was Karma by Sadhguru.
Why Sadhguru? Okay, before that?
So before that I read Good Vibes, Good Life by Vex King.
You are not happy with the life? Why do you need book guidance?
So I think so. I read a lot of non-fictional books, and it's not like I'm not happy. I am a very joyful person, and I try to maintain that. But when you read books, sir, when you read non-fictional books like these, so they also provide you with some new information, and they give you a new way of life. So I think, sir, the more good you read, the more good you become. So that's why I read these books, sir.
Okay, how's the stay over here?
So it was very nice. So the stay was very nice.
Any suggestion would you like to improve the test, the procedure what we are following for selection?
No, sir. I don't think there are need for any improvements in the procedure that is being followed for selection. I think that it is a very intelligently and designed process to select the best candidates, and I think it is a perfect process for selecting officers.
Okay, Janvi, all the best for the future, and God bless.
Thank you, sir.